Hello everyone. Are you messy organized or are you organized messy? I mean, I am messy organized where I know where everything is, but anybody else that walks into my man cave is not going to know what the hell is going on. They're going to say, you got 30 games here, 20 games there, 30 CDs there, 10 laptops there. You're not going to know what's what. And this is the same way when you're trying to do playlists for like RetroArch and stuff. I mean, as far as like arcade games, specifically because they use very, very specialized ROM set names. I'll give you an example of this, because look at this playlist right here. Right here. I don't know that this is Dodon Patchy 2. You might not know that this is like a Deathsmiles Blackleg Edition. You might not know this is Mushihimesama Futari. I mean, it does say Futari, but where's the Mushihimesama? I mean, Gaia Crusaders. I mean, I want to be able to have a nice, concise playlist when I'm doing this. And typically, if you want to do this, you can do scan directory, scan file, etc. But if you try doing a manual scan here, and we'll go into like content directory, I'll pick like my CAVE games right here, scan directory. System name, I chose FBNEO arcade games. Again, everything's well said and done here, but we're going to try to make this better. Okay? We'll do core. We'll choose FBNEO Xtreme. Scan inside archives. File extensions are not a big deal for right now. We could basically use an arcade DAT file, which I'll get into in a minute or two. Overwrite existing playlist. So if you have like a playlist of like 30 games, you want to add a game to it, you can overwrite it or add to it. We'll click Start Scan. See how fast it is? That is nice and fast. Everything's fine and dandy there. But again, we have the same thing right here. Exactly the same thing. That's not what I want. And then I also did it with FBNEO arcade games here. Still not getting what I want. And then I did a third one where I did a custom name, and I'll show you how to do a custom name here. If you go to the manual scan here, you go to custom name, you can actually type this in and type the name with the keyboard right there. I'm not too concerned with that for right now. But with the update for all the mini classics, you're going to be able to select an arcade DAT file, which we're going to do right here. And you go to DAT folder and your appropriate core, emulator, etc. We're going to choose the arcade DAT. Notice it says selected arcade DAT file is too large for temporary memory. And this is what I'm talking about, where you want to exit RetroArch every once in a while. So what we're actually going to do right now is actually just quit RetroArch. Come right back in, and this is a perfect clarification. If you try loading a DAT file and it says that it's too large, it means you've run out of cache memory. I was running a considerable amount of games here, but now I'm going to be able to do it no problem. So we're going to do manual scan, content directory. We're going to choose CAVE, scan its directory, system name. We'll choose the FBNEO here. Okay, FBNEO arcade games. I'm not worried about custom names since I chose the system name. Core will be FBNEO Xtreme. File extension not concerned with. Scan inside archives. Arcade DAT file. We'll choose my DAT file. And it will not say it's too large this time. It'll load it just fine. Watch. Bam. Loaded it fine that time. Right there, if you see it on the screen, it means it loaded fine. If it doesn't load and it gives you a little error message in the top left, you need to clear your cache memory for RetroArch and just simply exit RetroArch and come back in. Overwrite existing playlist because I want to have the appropriate names. Start scan. Bam. It's going to be real quick once it starts. Bam. If I show you the normal scan technique here, it doesn't work as well. So we're going to go here and see if it actually gave me ROM names. Look at that. It gave me the ROM names. I know what is actually what. I know this is Dodon Patchy Dayu Chu Black Label. I mean, better than having like all these abbreviated names like this. I mean, that is nothing. If I try doing a normal scan playlist, let's try this real quick. We'll go to the scan directory. We're going to go to CAVE again. And we're going to go scan directory. Watch how long it takes. It takes way longer with the RetroArch database files because we don't have as much RAM on the system. I mean, this could take like 2 minutes. If you try to scan like 1,000 ROMs, it's going to run out of memory, kind of like it did with the DAT file. It won't make it all the way. But we can go here and see what got added, if it added anything at all. Normally it would add like 2 or 3 games. I mean, just think if I even tried to do it. Look, it's taking forever. We're going to restart RetroArch here and see if it makes a difference as far as what it's scanned. ESP, Gao2, Esperade, Fever, SOS, Footar. It's just taking forever. It's going to take a while. So I'm going to restart RetroArch. Just think it crashed. See if any of these games got added to a list here. Because a lot of times if you try to add too many games, it'll crash. Okay, we got this added to the list. And we got these games added to the list. But notice, right here, they're on 2 different playlists. Let's see why. So I'm going to go to this, information. It added this for MAME 2014, but I want it for FBNEO. So the automatic playlist doesn't always work the way you want it to. Here I added a few, and it's adding these for MAME. this is still not FBNEO. So, I mean, the manual method is going to be way, way more intuitive. So, we're going to go back to my manual playlist. And I'm going to do a little bit of a showcase of FBNEO Xtreme for the update here. So, look at all these games I could choose from to play. We'll do ESP Raid. I'm just going to call it S-Braid. We're going to click it, set a core association. And again, if you add games to the playlist and you decide you want to try them for a different core, say, for example, you set it to set a core association. We tried 2003 Xtreme. It doesn't work on there. We could do an FBNEO Xtreme, and you can just reset it or set it, and you can try it out with every arcade core you have to get one that works. We're going to run here, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the emphasis. Okay, we're in a Sprayed, a great game Atlas Cave here. Let's check it out. Notice how it's running really quick right now because I'm desynced. I was doing some tests with desync. You can see TurboBoost. It just makes it just lightning fast here. We want to run it fast. I'll show you what I mean by desync and syncing right now. Okay, so we're going to go back to audio settings. Sync on. Again, it is directly correlated to what you have in your core options here. For X Factor 1, 2, 3. It'll just make it insanely fast if you do a little combination of overclock and reverse overclock and or turbo boost. But we're going to go back to resume here, make sure audio is synced. Again, it'll be exponential depending on which game you're running with. But right now, we're just going to do standard. And let's try actually getting somewhere without losing life here for a moment here. I love this minute to learn life on the master scenario here. And it is fun trying to run some games fast. Like I've done Contra for NES. Super fast forward mode activate for the entirety of the game. Kind of like Turbo Boost. Awesome game. We'll try a few more games, obviously. Okay, I'm going to try not to use my special bombs. Oh, whoa. There we go. Oh, that is awesome. Love bullet hell. There's another word for bullet hell as well. I mean, like Uber bullet hell, but there's another term for it. There's a whole, like, sub-genre of shmups that have that. It's even more insanely crazy. Every picture you see would be like 1,000 bullets on the screen. This isn't quite to that point, but if you do like the God mode, Mushihimesama Futari Black Label Edition, you'll see what I mean. It gets really insane. But run really cool. It's right here. Awesome for the win. Now we see, we'll try another game as well on the list here. See what we have all. Whoa. So far, so good. Not quite losing the life yet. Oh, we just did. Okay. So we're going to go back to this list here that we just formulated. And again, we have like a nice playlist here of games that we could check out. I mean, we could do Beast or Dode on Apache 2, Deathsmiles Black Label, and it gets really absurd if you do the Black Label edition for like Deathsmiles. And I'm going to really push this TurboGrafx-16 Mini to a limit right here. Again, we're going to do it set core association. We'll do it with the FBNEO Xtreme, and then we're going to run it. And I'll give you a little other emphasis on how to load games a little bit quicker because you're going to be able to utilize the Turbo Boost to load these faster. And by all means, let me know which games you're running on your various platforms, be it Switch, PlayStation 5, etc. I've been coming home from work and finding my PlayStation 5 in sleep mode activate. My wife's been playing God of War, Ragnarok without me, so it's kind of funny. Okay, but it takes a few seconds to get this booted. You'll see the boot initialization sequence pop up on the screen. I'm going to wait a few seconds. Again, you need to have Xtreme Virtual Ram installed if you're running this on the Mega Drive, SNES, NES, as well as, of course, the TurboGrafx-16 Mini. On the PlayStation Classic, Amiga 500 Minis, you're not going to even have to worry about it. But again, you might think the game's not even loading, but remember, it takes a considerable amount of memory to load some of these larger games. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to do audio desync right now. It'll still load quick, but audio desync for right now. Okay, I already have it desynced. Quick menu options. I'm going to do a little bit of a moniker to the right here where it's 100. This is what's going to be a default, 100 X Factor 1. I'm actually going to take it up to 1,000 right now. It'll actually help games load a little bit quicker. I did a direct test. You can load games in roughly a minute flat, depending on your mini classic, if it's at 1,000. But you're not going to want to run the games that way once you're in game. But check it out. We're going to let it load here. Okay, and you'll get a little bit of a click noise if you're on Turbo Boost mode activate, so you kind of know. I might fix it up where you're not getting a click at all. It's just kind of like a thing for right now. Don't think of it as a misnomer though, but you'll see it load really quick. It's almost like a loading screen for like Commodore 64, Amiga, etc. Almost like, think of it as like a floppy disk drive load and activate. But we're getting to the code area here. Bam, load. It's loading way faster than you would expect it to because it used to take like 4 or 5 minutes to load before. But as far as like what I've been watching like on Netflix, Paramount, all that, I've been watching like Tulsa King on Paramount Plus. They added Violent Night, which is a great movie. with the guy, and see, this is going to be a little bit of a trivia question. Do you know what actor played Hellboy, was in Stranger Things, and also was in Violent Night? Do you know what I'm talking about? Check out Violent Night. It's like John Wick with Santa Claus. Pretty awesome stuff, and the violence is awesome. I kind of hope that when they have Megan go to a streaming platform, as well as like on Blu-ray, all that they have an uncensored version. Because you watch like the movie trailers and all that, it's actually more violence and blood and mayhem in the trailers than there are in the actual movie. But the movie still got away with quite a bit, considering it has a PG-13 rating. There are a few other horror movies I want to check out. I mean, they had like a movie called Sick, S-I-C-K, onto Peacock. I'll check that out as well. Okay, again, once we start the game here, I'm not going to want to have this like, we'll pick a character. Who do we want to pick? We'll pick Rosa. Let's stick to the sticker right here. And we're going to change the overclock and turbo boost settings accordingly here. Just get in game at least. Look, level 999. That's where the Black Label Edition comes into play here. So I'm going to go right now, go into core options, quick menu options. We're going to go to push start button here and go to 100 X Factor times 1. And we'll try this out for a moment here. You should be able to hear the music. Because again, I did what I could to get the music as playable as possible. Okay. And again, there are some lag spikes in some games such as Deathsmiles and Mushi Pork. And again, I'm going to show you exactly what this is all about. Because typically, if you try to run this in earlier updates on the core, the moment you get your Bullet Hell Mayhem and level 999 mode activate, it would slow the game down to a crawl. You wouldn't even be able to do anything. So I'm kind of pushing, taxing the limits of the TurboGrafx-16 Mini to its fullest potential right now, extreme-wise. So we're going to get into the game here. Into the game, EA Sports-wise. In EA Sports-wise, when they had like the video game crash, for those of you who actually grew up in the 1980s and 90s, you might remember when they had like Atari 2600 games were like literally like $49.99 US dollars one day, then they were like 99 cents the next. So here's the lag spike right now. Again, you're gonna have to get past the lag spike. But look at all these star with the blues around them right there. Those were not in the normal difficulty. We can also do a little bit of a turbo boost there. Again, you're not going to be able to do much until you get past the lag spike. So we're going to do X Factor times 2 for turbo boost and 100% right there. We want to get past the lag spike. You'll get past them if you just are patient. I'll show you exactly where the lag spike's end. But again, we shouldn't even be able to see, like, do what we're doing right now. The game should literally be at like 4 or 5 frames per second. What we're actually dealing with and contending with right now are actually lag spikes. So consider like a set of training wheels to get accustomed to this. This is absolutely insane still. I mean, even with all the amount of mayhem on the screen, I'm surprised I'm able to even maneuver on the screen whatsoever. But I'm going to get to the point where we're past the lag spikes and it's a lot more approachable. Especially when you get like to the first boss and on. But again, it's like a set of training wheels. And I love games like this. It reminds me of like Gate of Thunder, Lures of Thunder from TurboGrafx-16 CD. And I love the CD-ROM games. They were so far ahead of their time. But again, this is masochist mayhem right here. I mean, you look at that. That's insane. You'd be lucky to make it anywhere in this difficulty level. But I'll show you exactly where the lag spike ends. Again, this is exactly how it runs. Even if you're like on your Android phone or even on PC, you'll see some of this venerable lag spiking because it just comes with the territory as far as like dynamic recompiler composure. But again, other stuff I'm watching That 90s Show, which is pretty fun so far. I watched Shantaram on Apple TV. I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't continue for season 2, but I might pick up the book. Sometimes, like, I'll actually read the books like I read the books for Dexter, etc. So, I mean, if there's something that you're looking forward to, like a season 2, season 3, and it might be canceled, remember, you might have like 12 books in the series and such. A lot of these things came from the series. Like, even when I used to go to school, I was in like study hall, detention, etc. I would read like all the Anne Rice books. I read like Let's Dance the Vampire, and it was kind of cool because I mean there are only 2 movies related to Anne Rice as far as the vampires are concerned. Now we have the TV series, which I'm going to give a chance to, like the Interview the Vampire TV series. I'm going to have to give a chance to. I did really like the movie. It's one of those movies when I saw it in the theater way back that actually sold out, just like the movie Showgirls in 1995. I mean, you were talking like The Crow, Showgirls, and Interview the Vampire were all sold out movies. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more speed here coming up. We're almost past the lag spike them. We could also do another thing here. We could actually do the overclock factor here. right here. We'll take this up to like 400, see what happens here. We're getting a little bit of clicking here. Okay, let's try taking down the Turbo Boost. There we go. Okay, look how fast it is. But the sound is giving me a little bit of storage. I have an idea to fix this up for the release, though. But a little bit faster. We can go back to the main thing here. Options, 100%, Turbo X Factor times 1. And we'll actually audio synchronize right now. Look at that. The audio is crystal clear now. So even though it's synchronized, it's actually run pretty nice. And again, this is one of the more difficult games to run because of the crazy shenanigans on screen. I'll give you another example of a game that doesn't have as much shenanigans on screen. Whoa! Still fun though. I mean, you could say you played like the hard difficulty, God mode, Black Label Edition. That's crazy. Oh, jeez, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? This is typically when a lag spike would end right here, though. Really digging this music, though, thoroughly. We're going to have to do Mushihimesama as well as an example. Especially the Futari edition. Definitely more adequately playable than I ever expected it to be. Enjoyable, at least, to say the least. And every game's going to vary differently as far as you use the extreme overclock and reverse overclock, and of course, as such, these stuff like the Turbo Boost. Oh, jeez. It is hilarious, because this game shouldn't even be running this fast with this much mayhem on screen, whatsoever. We're going to be getting to a boss here in a moment. That's one nice way to clear all the enemy fire there. Okay, see how the boss battle correlates there. Okay, boss battle should be a little bit quicker now. Check it out. See? That's what I'm talking about there. This is how a majority of the game actually runs. About at this speed right here. That's not bad considering this. I'm running at 1.008 gigahertz right now. This is a game that shouldn't even be running on the TurboGrafx-16 Mini. This is ridiculous. Now we're going to actually close content and do another game for a test run here. Let's try another game that would typically not have much chance to run here. We're going to do Mushihimesama, and we'll try like the Black Label Edition for this as well. We'll do Static Core Association, FBNEO Xtreme. We'll actually run the game, and I'll show you that quick load thing, schematics again. But again, Deathsmiles, you shouldn't even be able to run it on that hard difficulty like I just showed you. I mean, it normally would slow down to a crawl, almost like a slideshow. Highest on that computer doesn't have the best video card, ultimatum verbatim. Okay, once we're into the little load menu here, I'm waiting for the game to actually load. Again, you have a little black screen while the game's actually unloaded into memory. That's where Xtreme Virtual Ram definitely comes in handy. Okay, go back to here. We have audio desync, I believe. Yes, and we're going to go quick menu options. We'll go to the 1000 to load it really quick. Go back to resume. Look how much quicker it's loading now. It should literally just fly right through this. I just want to get in-game here, and we'll try it on the lowest difficulty to see what we're adapting to console-wise. And of course, you're going to be able to run, I mean, these are the more elite. I'd say anything from like 2007 and on for Mushihimesama, Futari, Deathsmiles, etc. Them are the more taxing games. You could obviously run stuff like Goo Launch, Dodonpachi 1 through 3, and a considerable amount of other games. You're talking like you can run like 40-plus cave games with literally full-speed mode activate, whether you're on the Mega Drive, SNES, NES, TurboGrafx-16 Mini, PlayStation Classic, Amiga 500 Mini. Where's the Micro Machines guy when we need him? If I ever had one wish, I wish I could talk that fast. And speaking of talking fast, the Flash movie, which is going to be coming out in the future, I tried to avoid spoilers on it, but I kind of have a feeling they're really going to try to like rid of the Batman Forever and Batman Returned, not Batman Returns, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and not have like anything related to like George Clooney or Val Kilmer, and just stick with the Michael Keaton tour de force there. Okay, let's start this game and go back to quick menu options. Set this back to 100% X Factor times 1. And let's check this out. We're going to play it on the standard difficulty and see what we have here. Again, this is another game we can do original, Maniac, or God Mode. God Mode is the Black Label Edition. It's absolutely bad crap crazy. You can watch my Amiga 500 Mini video to see that in action. But again, this is a game that shouldn't even be able to run on these Mini Classics at all. I'm so thoroughly pleased to have this run on all the Mini Classics now. So let's hear the music here. Okay. Definitely enjoying this. You can add a little bit more Turbo Boost if you so choose to. You're going to deal with a few lag spikes because this is slightly different than the normal Mushihimesama Futari as well as the Mushihimesama. You see, you actually enjoy the music. And the closest shmup that I've ever played, old school wise on a Mega Drive, that really got my attention like these Mushihimesama games was actually none other than the awesomeness of Felios by Namco on Mega Drive. It's actually better in the arcade version. But yeah, you shouldn't even be able to run this game at all. I'm actually surprised I can run these Black Label Editions, because Black Label Editions definitely take more RAM. Let's check this out, see how much RAM we're actually using right now. On-screen display, on-screen notifications, include memory details. We're running like, look at that, we're pushing it to the max. It's trying to run like 3.54. It's running way more than we need. We shouldn't be running this much. It's almost like overload right there. See, check this out right there. 3.48. It's overloaded. I'm actually beyond the 247.75 megabytes of memory. It's actually recycling to the drive itself. I'm running memory right to the drive. So let's try this out for a moment here. It's beyond the limit. That is inaccurate right now. It's beyond the limit. Now, I'll give you an example. If I try loading like a normal game that doesn't use this kind of memory, we're going to let this go for right now. You're right beyond the limit. It's crazy. I might have to go to options. Options. We're going to do X Factor times 2. That's crazy. Again, you're seeing that weird number because I'm actually using Xtreme Virtual Ram and I'm overloading it. Kind of like if you have like a bucket of water inside a bathtub and you overflow it, it's going to go in the bathtub, but it's not going to show the amount that's in the bucket type of thing. I'm going to try another game here, just to give you an example of a game that's less intensive on memory here. Like I said, you wouldn't even be able to run this on Virtual RAM whatsoever. I mean, without Virtual RAM, I'm saying. So we're going to actually exit RetroArch to completely clear the memory here. And that's ridiculous. It's trying to use like 400 megabytes of RAM. That's the decimal point over there. 400 megabytes of RAM on 256 megabytes of memory. So we're going to go to a game which is obviously going to use less memory here. Let's try picking an older game here. Just something older here. Maybe Hot Dog Storm should be a little bit easier to run. You want to try that? Set a Quarter Association, FBNEO Xtreme. Let's run it. We're officially loading Hot Dog Storm. We're going to go to quick menu, actually RetroArch audio options. We want to make sure this is synced. Obviously for the update, you're going to have everything synced, and it's more or less, it was for me doing a correlation into the update. So here we go, quick menu options. 100%, X Factor times 1. You can take it down to off if you don't want to have any of the speed boost. But I want to try to make it as more gruelingly difficult as possible for some of these bullet hell shmups. And I recall, if you start the game, notice that says right there who made it. It's not made by CAVE, it just happens to run on the CAVE drivers. So some of these games like Sailor Moon, etc. are on the CAVE drivers. I have to actually hold the button down and it's only shooting manually. I want to be able to do automatic where I can hold down and have like Turbo Fire mode activate. So I'm going to RetroArch settings, input, port 1 binds, turbo after tapping up, and I can program it to this button. If you want to go back to default settings, push the start button. But again, I'm going to have it on there for right now, Turbo Fire mode activate, quick menu resume. And we're at, oh wow, 600,000 is the high score. Normally I'm used to being like 3 million or 60 million, etc. I wonder if it's kind of on the curve here. See if we can get anywhere. Again, we're running with Turbo Boost. Let's get me a little bit faster. I don't think we're going to be able to get 600,000. It's going to be pretty gruelingly difficult. And one trick I like to do in every game is like a little bit of a figure eight. You do figure eight, you kind of detract fire to a degree. Let's see how far we can get here. We got 3 lives, right? It's going to be challenging. But I love all these shmups. I mean, even though it's not technically made by CAVE, still a fun game. I mean, a shmup is a shmup, for better or worse. And I'm really thoroughly enjoying this one. I remember playing this on MAME many years ago, MAME standalone. Oh, jeez. It reminds me a little bit of Raiden. Or Raiden Tread, etc. Still a fun game. Again, you're going to have varying degrees of Turbo Boost, OverClock, all that fun stuff. You can desync, sync, And you'll have more than one FBNEO core. You have the FBNEO Xtreme. You have like FBNEO standardized. You also be able to run like FB Alpha 2012 and standard. It's going to be very, very difficult to get 600,000. I don't know if I'm going to get like on a boss or such. I'm going to try to avoid using my bombs just yet. But I love you folks that like pick a game, pick any random arcade game, and just give me a high score and let me know what to try to compete with you on. I'll try to get it into a video. But I love this minute to learn lifetime master. And I'm trying to think of the next thing I'm going to watch after I do this video, because I'm going to take a little bit of a break from update. Oh, look, you can actually shoot the enemy fire. I love that. Pink bullets, you can shoot them. Speaking of pink bullets, there's a great game that you can run on Neo Geo, etc. and Dreamcast, which is called Pink Bullets. Last Hope. That's a great game. I love any kind of game where you can actually just destructively take out the enemy fire. We're at 44,500. This is not going to be a high-scoring game, I tell ya. We're at least going to see how far we can get, though. Do a little bit of a competition once in a while here. You ever play like a game like a Car Warriors where you destroy something that's going to explode and ends up taking you out as well, like the tanks, etc.? I want to see how the bombs work in there. I just did a bomb even though I didn't need to. Okay, you gotta watch. Sometimes you play a game where you're not quite sure what can hit you and what can't. And by the way, there's little tricks you can do in certain shoot 'em up games like Top Gun for NES. If you actually, like if you're in the second stage and you're looking at the water, look up in the sky instead. Any enemy in the water, such as a ship, etc., will not be able to hit you. If you're playing Kid Icarus in your final shoot 'em up stage, stay in the top left. You can literally go like downstairs, get a drink, use the bathroom, make a sandwich, etc., and nothing will be able to touch you until you finally get on the screen again. It's a little bit, almost like a debug style thing. Oh, jeez. Hey, it's like Gradius. I want this to be like Gradius where you pick up your power up. Whoa! I'm just going to use my bombs a couple times here and hopefully get a high score. I don't think I'm getting 600,000 though. A little bit of a jittery thing. I'm just going to try to avoid dying again. I want to get... Whoa, that was a surprise. It's been a while since I last played it. Yeah, take this. I did not expect a death stroke there. Something like in Gradius 5 where you really get screwed thoroughly. There we go. 100K. I guess if I play this again, trial and error, I'll do a little better. Stage 1 clear. I'm not getting 600,000 though. I got my bonus. Okay. I have 2 bombs left. Let's try making these count. But yes, I'm going to be doing more shmups because I've done like 2 dozen shmup extravaganza videos. I'm going to do more of these because I have a better camera set up now. Let me know what game you'd like to see me play and try to beat the high score on. I love these functional high scores that you see on the title screen. And even better, if you're in the arcade, you can actually get your initials on there once you beat these high scores. Have you ever gotten a high score in any arcade game ever? I have. And I hate when they unplug the machines and kind of like George Costanza in the Frogger high score and the power went out. That was funny as hell. I did a bomb there. I don't think I'm getting 600K because I'm on my last life right now. I need a free guy. I'm going to get screwed right here. Oh. It's like if you're playing like Galaga 88 and you could actually sacrifice a life to get better firepower. This is very grueling and intimidating at the same time because it's transforming on me. Terraformer going on here. I need a free life without a doubt here. Give me a free guy. Oh, geez. Loving this music, too. It really does have a little bit of the awesomeness of, like, the Blaster Master and other Sunsoft amazing games. With the drum percussion. Batman, etc. Oh, jeez. 141K. Give me a free life here. Come on. Almost like playing Axley on Super Nintendo when you're on your last life and you just know you're screwed. Not quite the hot dog storm I intended it to be, but I lost 2 lives a little bit prematurely here. If you ever like play a game where you like lose a life early on and you're just trying to hopefully, for the sake of things, just be able to restart the game and keep your life for a while. The kind of one you're doing like the last 5, 1, 2, 3 stages in Ninja Gaiden for NES, and you know that if you're down to the last life, you're screwed. Especially if you get to the boss battle mode actually. I don't think I'm getting a free life anytime soon here. I still have my bombs though. If I get to a boss, I know I'm going to be screwed. I need like one of them Captain Commando symbols that gives me like a free life or such. Still highly entertained in trying to beat this score. I don't have much faith in myself though. I'm on the last life. I really, when I do like Let's Plays, I don't try to intentionally have one life, but this time I seem to be at that point whether I like it or not. Oh no! I'm screwed! Being able to hit the enemy fire is definitely helpful here. Oh jeez. Am I not getting any free lives? I bet I need like 200k to get my free lives. Come on, maybe 250k? You can actually hold the start button down and see like the menus and perimeters for like free lives and stuff. Just give me the 200k and give me a free life. Oh, I'm on a boss battle. I got a bomb. I can do it. You can do it, Little Nicky. I've been going back and watching some of them classic movies like Little Nicky, Waterboy, etc. What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie? Ridiculous 6 is actually one that I watch in 4K. For better or worse, it was one of the first 4K movies on Netflix. Oh look, I can defeat the enemy fire, but I know there's going to be some kaboom going on here. Oh no! My score's going to reset. No, my score didn't reset. Did it? Does it let me keep my score? Oh, that's weird. Usually the score resets. That's weird. Because if I go to like my score should have reset like any game. I'm gonna consider a continue there, not accountable there. So we're gonna do one more game. I want to try this on a real game here, where I can actually have the score reset if I get screwed. What else do we have? Do one more game. We'll try Ketsui, which is a great game. We'll do this. It's that Core Association, FBNEO Xtreme. Run it. And we'll make sure we go into the options here. Because I know the score is going to reset on this. Quick menu, audio. That was kind of disappointing. I wanted my score to reset to 0. Okay, audio sync, quick menu options. Okay, I think we're good here. 2003. And I'm going to, after I try to do a score here, I'm going to intentionally die because I like the games where the score is reset. I don't want that much of a handicap where I'm going to be able to maintain my score. Okay? See what high score we can get here. I don't think it's giving me one to go by. It's definitely going to be challenging to get anywhere. Oh, this is crazy. I can hold a button down at least. Oh, I love this bullet hell shmup. But I ran this on the Amiga 500 Mini. I just wanted to show you how quick it runs on the TurboGrafx-16 Mini 1.008 GHz with nothing going other than software overclock. I'm not using the hardware overclock right now. Whoa! Jeez! I lost a life already. Look at my score. It's definitely way higher up, and I'm getting to a mini boss battle already. Oh, jeez. I need a break after this, folks. Too much info. I lost my second life here. I'm not really too concerned because I want to be able to see if my score resets if I lose all my life. I throw some bomb. See, there's a bomb. There we go. Definitely a game I would be coming back to. I love all these games like Dodonpachi and all this. But Ketsui is a great game. I also like the DS version, which is considerably different. Continue. Did my score reset? Yes, it reset. Yes. For the win.